tired of having another rough morning? Well, hey, check this out. I'm going to show you how to be motivated in the morning. The morning's pretty tough, huh? You're trying to get motivated in the morning and it's just not working. But you know, it's okay if that happens once in a while, but day after day after day, you know, you're trying to conquer the whole AM lifestyle. And maybe you're gonna say, I'm not a morning person, and you're gonna like claim some kind of title that is just not working for you, that you're a morning person. I think you're making up a story. I think you're copping out on this. I think your challenge is you don't know what to do to make the AM a motivating time of your life. When you wake up in the morning, it's a brand new day. But I get it. I totally get it. If yesterday was tough, well, what makes it seem like tomorrow is not going to be tough? Like, why would you even want to face another day if today was tough? So I totally get it. But wait. When are you going to start making some changes? When are you going to start doing something different so that you can turn your life around? Here's my theory. My theory is how the day starts is how the day is going to end. And every day we get a new chance to have a better start on the day. Now, let's pretend that you get up at 6 o'clock. No, you don't, because you have a difficult time getting up in the morning. Let's say you start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you then go from 8 o'clock to 8 p.m., and then let's just say you go to bed at 11. So 8 is 12, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's another 3 hours. So you are 15 hours of being awake. So 15 hours. You, each day, the game is wake up and see how long you can go liking the fact you're still alive. Just being okay with the fact you're still breathing, your heart's beating, and you're alive. And the thing I believe is my theory is, we actually, every morning, we get a chance to start brand new, fresh, liking the day that we're stepping into, and seeing how long it can go before something comes in and ruins it. Sometimes it can be ruined by 8:30, 30 minutes later. Sometimes you're waking up at 8 o'clock with something bad, maybe a bad text or a bad phone call. But maybe it's time you decided you're gonna take charge. If you're having a tough time being motivated in the morning, motivation's not what you're looking for. Let me just get that out of your head. Don't look for motivation. What you're looking for is control. When we have some level of control of our life, we feel motivated. We feel like we can do things and change things in our life. But when we lose control, we lose motivation. So you need some help with some levels of control. And so let's set some things up so that you can start to begin to have some choice, because choice is the beginning of control. Let's have some choice about what you're going to start doing. So let's take a look. Instead of focusing on the AM, let's back up just a little bit and let's focus on the PM. I believe a great AM, a great way to wake up, is a little bit of thinking the night before you go to sleep. So thinking about the PM, tonight, before you go to sleep, you now are going to take a moment and you're going to decide, number one on this is you're going to decide, when I wake up, tomorrow's a great day. You're going to choose, when I wake up, tomorrow's a great day. Yeah, today, whatever. But tomorrow, when I wake up, it's a great day. And the moment I wake up, this is going to be such a great day. And then, number two, you're deciding what is going to be great. Number two is what's going to be great when you wake up tomorrow morning. What's the reason the day is going to be great? Is it because it's Friday? Because it's Thursday? Because you get to go outside? but you find some reason why tomorrow is going to be great. Maybe you're going to see someone, or you get to do something tomorrow, and maybe you have to like really search and find something, something small of a reason why it's going to be great tomorrow. So you got choose that it's going to be great. This is the reason it's going to be great. And as you're laying there drifting off to sleep, there's just this mantra. Tomorrow when I wake up, it's going to be great. Tomorrow's going to be awesome. I'm going to love it. Tomorrow's going to be great. I mean, and you're just repeating to yourself as you're drifting off to sleep, and you are pre-setting the setting you're going to wake up to. You see, our brain works on settings. Just like a stove, if you need it 350 degrees, you set it for 350 degrees, then it gets to 350 degrees and you get 350 degrees. You set the stove for 350, then because it's a setting, the stove heats up to 350. If you want 200, you set it for 200. The microwave, you want it to run for 2 minutes, you click 2 minutes. The brain works in exactly the same way. It is a setting. But what happens is sometimes we have some rough things happen in our life and we lose control of our settings. And we lose control in the fact that we actually can get involved with our settings, and you are literally now pre-setting how you're going to wake up. You're not just waiting to see how it turns out, because if you keep waiting to see how your life turns out, you are going to be really, really frustrated and discouraged, because that means you are literally sitting in the drive-through line waiting to see what they're going to cook you. If you're a person who's like, I'm going to just wait to see how this turns out. Okay, go in a drive-through line, go up to the window, and they're going to say, what would you like? And you say, I'm just going to wait to see how this turns out. And the person's going to say, no, you need to place your order. And then you would say, no, actually, I live a lifestyle of waiting to see how it's going to turn out. And the person's going to say, you need to get out of line or you need to decide what you need to order. Notice, in life, it's waiting for you to place the order. It's waiting for you to decide. It's waiting for you to make the decision. And when you don't make the decision, you actually frustrate life because it doesn't know what you want, doesn't know what you need, doesn't know where you want to go. And so that frustration gets built up inside of you. And then that's why you don't want to wake up. That's why you don't want to get going in the morning, is because you actually have allowed the frustration energy to fill into your life because of whatever reasons and whatever things have happened to you. So starting now, before you go to bed tonight, you're going to preset how you're going to wake up. When I wake up, it's going to be a great day. When I wake up, I'm going to be happy. When I wake up, I am going to get ready. And it's going to be super cool tomorrow. But you're working on that the night before. And you actually are tapping back into some control of your settings. Because it sounds like your settings are probably all kind of wherever. And that's why you're not embracing the next day as a great opportunity for a redo. My life, as I'm living it right now, I'm going through this day today, paying attention to what works and what doesn't work. And I'm so glad tomorrow I get to have a redo. I get to test it all out tomorrow. Everything I learned today, I get to practice tomorrow. And so whatever mistakes I make today, I can correct it for tomorrow. Whatever I've done wrong, I can do better tomorrow. And so I'm so glad there's a redo. So when I wake up tomorrow morning, it's like, okay, time for a redo. I'm going to do this again, this whole life thing again. But I'm going to work on my settings before I go to sleep. And let's say you look at your calendar for the day tomorrow. Tonight before you go to sleep, you're looking at the calendar of your activities for tomorrow. And instead of sitting there going through your calendar going, well, I don't know how that's going to turn out. Well, I'll see how that one turns out. No, you decide ahead of time. This meeting is going to be great. This conversation is going to turn out well. This deal is going to close. That money is going to be enough to pay my payments. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. And you start deciding how things are going to work. Because when you get some level of control of setting some ideas in your head, you get this little tiny boost of control on the inside. You might as well get involved with how you're thinking Because if not, how's it ever going to change? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So to set up a better day tomorrow, think through your schedule, look through your schedule, make decisions how things are going to turn out. Make decisions. And then make decisions how you're going to feel for the day. And as you're going to sleep, just review that as you're going to sleep, that it's going to turn out good. This meeting's going to be great. This deal's going to close. This relationship's going to get better. I'm going to get smarter, stronger, more focused. You decide all these things as you're drifting off to sleep. Because how you are in your settings when you go to sleep is pretty much how you're going to wake up the next day. You determine the settings. You need to make decisions on what's going to improve. You need to get involved with your life. And the way that you find motivation is by making decisions on how things will turn out. So you get to the next day and everything you said didn't work. Let's say it all completely blew up and it just messed up everything, completely fell apart. So when you go to sleep tomorrow night, what are you going to do? You're going to give up and say, oh, it didn't work, Kirk. Oh, come on. You need a little bit more practice than that. You're trying to learn how to push the buttons and settings, and you haven't had control of this for quite a while now. So it's going to take you a little bit to get into the practice of what you said is what's going to happen. Because remember, you're the one who is not motivated in the morning. You got some work to do here. Now, how much time are you looking at here to create a change? If you're really focused on this and you really will apply this tonight and putting and dialing in your settings for tomorrow, what it's going to be like, how things are going to turn out, what kind of emotions you're going to have, how you're going to think. If you really get into this, I give you 7 to 10 days and you will see some dramatic changes happen. First off, people are going to notice your behavior. That's going to happen within 3 to 4 days. People are going to be like, whoa, what's up with you? What'd you do, lose 10 pounds or something? What'd you do? Something good happened to you? They're going to notice like, what's up with you? Because just that pre-planning, that pre-setting the night before about how it's going to turn out tomorrow, it takes about 3 days, 4 days, and it'll start to take effect on you. But give yourself 7 to 10 days and you'll be super tickled. Because right now where you're out of control and you're not really involved with the settings, that can really eat at you. It can really hurt. But you do what I'm suggesting to you, that's going to make a change. It's going to feel good. And how cool is it going to be when you wake up and you sit up on the edge of your bed and you'll be sitting there looking around going, whoa, today's different. Why is today different? Something feels different. That is a result of you getting involved with your settings. Because unless you just put the settings on there, you never know how it's going to turn out. Okay, you can do better. Tonight, you set the settings, you decide, start practicing this. Don't wait for a week. Start that tonight. Hey, and another thing that can really help you, click the link below. This is a great opportunity for you to work with me on getting mentored. I can help you in a lot of different areas of your life. Click the link below and be part of my group mentoring that happens every month. Super affordable. I mean, pretty much a dinner and a movie covers the cost of this great mentoring. You're gonna love it. Click the link, get involved. Let's move you to the next level. And also, click to subscribe.